Patara, what do you recommend that we buy and plan for our 2017 garden? Well, I'm going to tell you. Alright guys, so what I have done for this video is I have hand selected, which didn't take but about 45 seconds to do, my favorite seeds, my top 10 if you will, from Baker Creek Heirloom. Now this is all based upon my personal experience, my personal time using, planting, growing, and eating, canning all of these items or working with them. This specific video is designed for any garden. Meaning it's not necessarily a crop that's going to be a mass spread, such as potatoes or corn or long rows of green beans. This is going to be something that you can trellis. This is going to be something that you can grow with ease. Check out these items for sure and see if they work for your area. I would be willing to bet that most of them do. So let's get started. Hey, I got to film. It's raining. What are you doing? What? What do you need? You are so needy. Mr. Peaches. Mr. Peaches. Alright guys, I had to move the video in because it is starting to rain. In fact, we were scrambling, weren't we, Mr. Peaches? Okay, so let's go over this real quick because it's going to answer a lot of questions. Again, the goal of this video is to zone in on any garden. In other words, you don't have to have, 4 acres of land to grow any of this. You can do this right in your backyard, your urban homestead, wherever you are. These are some things that you can look into to grow. Verify your zone, I get it, but let me give you my recommendations, okay? All of these items, and I'm going to give you a variety, so some of this you might be interested in, and some of it you might not. It just depends. But I want to give you some recommendations on things that have worked great here. I'm going to do them again. That is how good they are. A lot of folks like to be very adventurous with their gardens, and they like to try different things. If they have a CSA and they're doing all types of different things, I get that. I am not doing that. So what I have done is I like to say, this is what I grow. If it's worked for me several years in a row and it's delicious, I can can with it, I can cook with it, I can seed save with ease with it, I'm coming back to it, folks. Don't make it more complicated than it already is. That's the secret to having a good garden. Know what you like, find that out, and do that if it works in your area. Okay, let's start. Okay, the first thing I'm going to start with is one of the first things that's going to be coming out of the gate for me, which is usually early to mid-March, sugar snap peas. Guys, I've been growing these from Baker Creek Heirloom for years. I seed save the dickens out of these. They are that fabulous. That's why in some of my videos you see these plants along that long row over there, and are they dead? What are they doing? They're drying because they seed save so good. This is their sugar snap peas right here. I'm going to show you the package. Guys, you're not going to go wrong with this. They tend to grow a little bit slow. They tend to take their time. And you're like, oh no, I've done something wrong. And then boom, you're going to have more peas than you know what to do with. Actually, what you're going to do is you're going to go out in the garden in the morning like I do after I do all my chores. And I stand and eat fresh from the garden right there. Fresh, no holds bar. The next thing that I'm going to show you is, since we're in this area, I've tried several types of green beans, okay? And I have 2 favorites. When I go out and try something else, I come back to this. It never fails for me. It is my Missouri Wonders. I love to can with these beans. They make wonderful, wonderful, just standard green bean dishes, but they also do very well Hey, this is not about growing cats. Thank you. These do very well for dilly beans, just anything. The Missouri Wonder, they are just so wonderful in their flavor. That's what I look for in a green bean, flavor. I don't want to have to add 45, bouillon cubes and salt and pepper and ham and a ham bone and whatever to give me what I want. This does a great job all in itself. Okay, this is the go big or go homestead for me this year. Okay, now this is not something that's easy to grow in a lot of places, and a lot of folks get very, very, very discouraged by carrots. Been there, done that. Tried it in a raised bed, a big old raised bed. Honey, if you don't have the soil to work with the carrots, you got a problem. We know that here in Rocky Top. That's why the Back to Eden garden works so well. But in addition to that, shaboom. This right here is, I guess, is the Shin Carota. It's a smaller carrot. Now, I'm going to try more. I'm going to try different ones because my soil here has worked so well with the carrots. So I tried a small crop of these, blown away. Folks, the flavor. And you know, they were just a nice, 5-inch carrot. Okay, I have a video on them. So I'm going with these again. I was blown out of the water. So this is another journey for us, is making sure that we are getting really good with the root crops. But as you know, you got to have the soil going for you too. Swiss chard. I can stand and pull it and eat it. It is that good. This is their Swiss chard. It's their rainbow colored. I have had great success with this in my urban homestead back in West Knoxville. Back in West Knoxville. Continue to grow it here. It's beautifully grown, even near my strawberries. Pick some of this with some fresh cut strawberries on top and a little basil and some vinaigrette dressing. Everyone asks me about my zinnias. There's all kinds of zinnias. Check their page out. So find what works for you, different colors and different types. I come back to their big old giants of California. California, you're doing something right here, right? Going back to Cali. Right here, they're huge, they're multicolored. The seed saving is tremendous here. So really, if you have a really good crop this year with this one packet, it's endless. Okay? I tried this also new this year, and I'm going back to it because we really are trying to expand on our greens. You know, we have talked about the high tunnel. We are talking about a greenhouse, all kinds of different things here, and that's part of our journey. But I will tell you, these have done very well. It's the little tennis ball lettuce. It's almost like a compact, sweet Bibb lettuce. So if you really like that, I really highly recommend this. It's done very well here. It grew very well, and it was delicious, like eating candy. Saving the best for last, maybe. People. There are some people that think basil is good or okay, and then there's people like me that adore it. There's basil, and then there's lime basil. You must try lime basil. I've said this over and over. It's in many of my recipes. When I make pizza, it's on my margarita pizza. It's in my salsa. This is the Kickstarter right here. Lime basil. I grow sweet basil and lime basil. They are my thing. Right there it is. And this package is empty, and actually it comes from 2012. That's how long I have been. Actually, ooh, there might be a seed in there. I'm telling you, it's that good. I stick with it. I kind of ventured out this year with my cucumbers, and I kicked myself when I did it. See, you learn. See, this is the thing. You can sit and write and map and think and debate and do all of these things, but until you, once you find something that is working, that's how you know. And this is my favorite cucumber of all. They do extremely well on trellises. Let me let you know that the peas do great on trellises. That's a no-brainer. The Missouri Wonders, and so do these. I make my own trellises right here. I guess it's the Bite Alpha. This is an Israeli cucumber. It's a smaller cucumber. It's smooth. It's sweet. Again, I just go out there and I stand and I pick and I'm just eating. It's that good. So this is what I'm going to recommend. I don't like and prefer massive, large, not bitter, but almost tasteless. Do you know what I'm talking about, cucumbers? Shaka, shaka. This is it. Last two things right here. This is the #1 question I get. What is your favorite tomato? Boom. Bonnie Best. You better write that down, and you better go order them because they sell out every single year, the Bonnie Best. Why do I like the Bonnie Best? I'm going to tell you right now. I've grown a lot of tomatoes, okay? I have a lot of tomatoes, to grow this year as well. Now, for a small farm, Anywhere from 60 to 110 tomato plants is a lot for one gal to manage with everything else going on. I know some of you larger farmers out there, and some of you sell, and you've got like 4 and 5 and 6 and 1,000 plants. We're not quite there, I get it. But for a nice backyard, grown from seed plant that you want to enjoy when you eat, it's not too big. It doesn't tend to, because it's not too big, they don't tend to deform and split, and it is awesome for canning. It's a no-brainer. If you want to can tomatoes, this is your baby. I don't mean maybe. So going back with the Bonnie Best, I've bragged about it over and over. It's about the size of a large, like a baseball, maybe a little bit bigger. And you get almost like a compact growth. You get a lot of them in one area. You have a lot of meat on the tomatoes. See, when you get those big tomatoes and they're splitting and they're doing all this stuff, they might be beautiful in color and they might have a good flavor, but by the time you have to cut all of that waste out of it just to get to the meat, how much tomato do you really have? Not here. To piggyback that, I am a huge fan of the Golden Jubilee. For a lot of you folks out there, I grew these in 2014. I mean, this is not like these are new to me, okay? The Golden Jubilee is my favorite yellow tomato. They have a nice, tender, sweet flavor. They're more low acid, and they just look beautiful in salsa. I like to throw in all these multicolors and salsa and all that. I know, I'm girly. Guys, Baker Creek Heirloom, check them out. They have been fabulous to us here at Appalachia's Homestead. They've been a wonderful key player in our affiliate team with the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference, right? All of you that showed up in 2016 know that, right? Definitely. Check them out. Check these items out. This is not all that I recommend, but I wanted to think outside the box for those, again, that say, I just have a basic, 10 by 10, or I just want to really zone in on just some tomatoes. Tell me the tomatoes and some cucumbers and a couple of herbs and some flowers. Here we go again. Just to mention while I'm closing out, you've seen an entire video on the Bright Lights Cosmos. I don't have a packet. I have a big bag of seeds, and we've done giveaways with them. So you want to talk about attracting some pollinators. These zinnias and those bright lights, I'm telling you, they're going to bring the pollinators, and they do it in a fabulous way. Thanks for watching. Check them out. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. So while you're planning, check these out. And I'll talk to you all soon. Spring will be here before we know it. Just keep saying it. What do you think? Is this your favorite? Is this your favorite since you wanted to jump in there, you sweet thing? Yeah. You love our gardens too. You're a sweet boy. Mr. Peaches!